welcome along and welcome back to Frühling. This morning we're going to be starting by getting the cows fed. They're getting a little bit low on their TMR, and I want to even things up or actually get some extra feed into them, so we're not worrying about them as harvest continues. Now, unfortunately, our crops for harvest have not ripened. The sunflowers are still not ripe, and the same goes for the corn. So it looks like we're going to be going into October for both of those crops. It's not the end of the world though, because as I said, it gives us time to do a little bit of work with our animals. We can drop one of those in, and I'm wondering how full that's going to get that. If that goes up to half full, we want to get the rest. Oh no, only 37%. So that's 4,500. These are much bigger, aren't they? Yeah, 5,000. So we want to get about half of one of these straw bales in, and then we want to top the rest up with silage. So let's grab one of these and see if we can get about half of this in. So it should just be a case of holding the straw bale over the top, and then we should be able to empty out about half of it into this. Whoa, okay, went a little bit over. Never mind. That should still be okay. That's still way less than we put in for the hay. Yeah, we've got 7,827 liters in. If we have a look at the side, we are overloaded at the moment on the straw. So we need to back this up here now and fill the rest up with silage. I'm trying to work out what the best amount to go for on any of this. There we go. Silage, we've got 77,000 liters. So the rest of this gets filled up with that, and we get a nice mix. In fact, we got just enough in there to be able to do that. I'm going to have to go the long way around because unfortunately we've got no easy access from this way. Working out exactly how to best use this farm can be a little bit of a challenge. We've got quite a long way around now to get ourselves lined up, but this is because the maneuverability in this farmyard is really quite small. I love it. I love that from it, but yeah, we need to get in from this direction because of how our trailer unloads. So we're in place, unload on the left-hand side, and our cows then get a good amount of feed to keep them going and producing that milk so that we can make a whole load more cheese, because we only have 2 pallets of that so far. And that's taken them up to just over halfway. So yeah, I think it's worth today doing a second trailer full and getting that done. So what I'm going to try and do is come out of here and spin this around, get it into that position. That should allow us to fill up this trailer quite easily with what we have here. So get this in, the rest of this straw bale that can go in. Then we can put in another one of our hay bales and just top up the rest with silage. Quite nice having silage just on tap. Means we don't have to kind of work the bales out quite so much. It would help though if I didn't fling all of the bales around my storage shed. There we go. To get this up, pick this up here, and then in that goes to our trailer, and we can just dump that straight in. Perfect. And then over here, back round, fill the rest with silage. We actually have a good mix at the moment but with no silage in here, that causes a problem. And refill that with the silage, and that should even up, hopefully not go too far, which it hasn't. So that is a 48% mix of silage with a 37% mix of hay and a 14% close enough mix of straw. And this should be enough for us to finish off the cow feed and keep them going for quite a while. And with that done, we'll just pull this up to here, and then I want to drop off the trailer. We leave the trailer just inside the cow shed because it is the easiest place for us to store it. With the limited storage we have here, it just makes sense to leave this in here. We're not driving through with anything else at the moment. We're not giving, we're not putting any straw down for the cows or anything like that. So that is all good. Right, now we need to go and get some work done on the fields. While we've got, well, I was going to say while we've got the rain, but that should clear up any moment. We want to head down the other way and get something to sort our fields out. So we've got 2 fields that need sorting today. We've got field 12 that still needs mulching, I believe. Yes, field 4 is mulched, field 12 is not. We also want to get the winter wheat into field 4, but field 4 is not cultivated or prepared any other way. So those are 2 jobs we need to do today. We need to get a cultivator for field 4, and we need to get field 12 mulched. Now, I was kind of hoping for a cultivator in the shop. There isn't one. There is a beet harvester, which would be really good, but we are 10% of the actual cost of that. If we have a look at cultivators, we've got a 2005 Rabe, a 1970 Rabe, and a 1961 Ionut. I think we might have to go for the 1970s. 14,000 though. And I don't know if we can lease that. We can lease that. It's going to take half our money to do it. And none of the designs are able to be able to reduce the cost. So I think we'll go for the default setup. Really like the red on this. So let's lease that. Yes. Okay. And then I want to drop the front loader off this so that we can go and grab that, because we're going to use this for doing the cultivating. So drop off that attachment, come back, angle that back, lift this whole thing up to about there, I think. Do that and drop the whole thing off. I finally worked out how best to drop this Xylon front loader off. So that is actually got to the stage now where it's working really, really well for us. I'm on my way down to the shop, and we have a great demand at the animal dealer. So I have no idea what that's for. We need to check that out in a moment, because we have most stuff that can be sold at the animal dealer. And if it's something like silage, that would go really well for us at the moment. Putting a trailer of silage into the animal dealer would make us a load of money, and we'd be able to afford some more bits. I believe this 1970 cultivator costs so much money. That's a little bit mad. Right, lift that up. And we'll go and get started on our field. And we'll actually go and see if it is a case of something that we can make a bit of money out of down at the animal dealer, or if it's something that we need to worry about. Not need to worry about, in fact. So let's have a look. Is there anything down here that's at a price above what we'd expect? Not really. So it's not the silage. Doesn't seem to be the hay. There is a good price on straw at the moment, but even that isn't above. If we have a look, silage, no, that's not got the great demand. Grass, no. Hay, no. It is straw. Straw is in great demand, but it's only £86, not the best price of 89. So we'll continue on. As much as it would have been nice to have had a little bit of extra income today, instead we'll work on these fields ourselves, save ourselves a little bit of cash. And of course, because we are not having to get these fields plowed, this cultivator is very important. You can see the effect of the rain though. We're digging into the ground quite a bit. It's going to be a fun day as things dry out here. For all the expense of this cultivator, it is working really well on this field. Only throwing up a few small stones and otherwise handling it great. We're moving at 9 miles an hour, so it's not a slow piece of kit on this Fendt either. So that's helping to get through things a little bit faster, which is good. It has just gone midday, so we're still working our way through this. We do have plenty of time today, though. It's not like we're in a position where we're worried about time. Things are moving at a nice pace, and we seem to be getting through this. We'll be able to get this field rolled next day as well. The big question really for me is, can we get both this field and field 12 done before we turn our attention to the sunflowers? It's really quite late to be planting anything in those sunflower fields, but I would really like to have got a bit of a rotation going there. And at the moment, we've really not got that much. It'd be good to get maybe the corn for next year into field 12. We want to get the wheat, actually the canola in on this field, because canola, we're halfway through its planting window, so we'd like to get the canola in here. I'd like to get the wheat probably in field 8, the corn in field 12, and then the sunflowers in field 6, and possibly a new crop, a second grain crop maybe, or something like that in field 5. So we're gonna have a really quick turnaround on field 8. The sunflowers are not ready now. They're not going to be ready till next month, so we're going to have to harvest and harvest, mulch, plow because it's sunflowers, and then plant field 8 all in a single month, along with a second field of sunflowers and the corn. So it's quite a lot of work to do next month, and the most preparation we can do with this month with the other fields, the better off we'll be. Nice and efficient job this, just absolutely slicing through the ground, getting it done pretty quickly, and just down to the last 2-3 rows now. So I think my plan for today is to prepare fields 4 and 12. Reflecting on it, we can very easily plant field 4 next time and get this done, and then field 12 that we can mulch today, and we could actually possibly get that cultivated as well. But if I can get all of that out of the way and get these 2 fields, as I said, as prepared as possible before we get into the sunflower harvest, we should be able to get field 8 turned around pretty quickly if we can use a hired worker. So we're probably going to end up selling a trailer full of silage just to make sure that there is a hired worker available when we come to it. Put a tiny slither there that we need to just get the cultivator over. But yeah, this field is ready and raring to go. That means next time we just need to get the seeder into here and get the roller on it after that. And that is why I want to turn field 12 around now as well. That way we're going to be able to only have to think about this field next time. So we'll place this cultivator in the in our storage area for our equipment. Just find an area to place it. Should be okay in here. I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope. Don't want to lose equipment. That's the only thing. It'd be quite embarrassing to go, oh, I need this, and then go, oh, it's hiding in the bush over there. And then we need the mulcher, which of course is the blue item in front of us here. I will jump out and grab this, connect it all up. Right, and then back in the tractor, out. And do we have enough? Yeah, that cultivator, I need to remember it's there because that is currently completely hidden in the bushes. I think we might need to cut some of that back and maybe get those bushes sorted. Turn it on. And this isn't going to work quite so fast as the last bit of kit, I don't think. But if we can zoom through this, we might be able to get the cultivator over this field as well. With money as tight as it is right now, I'm really tempted to get this field cultivated today and return the cultivator. That way we won't have its least cost being a drain on us. We don't need it for any of our other fields. We have we've got sunflowers and we've got corn in the other two fields. So as a result, those are all going to need plowing, and we already have our ripper plow that we can do them with. So we're not going to need the cultivator again this year, and it is just going to be a drain on our finances for the future. Yes, it would be good to eventually buy one, and of course, if we have one already, then the lease is going to go towards the purchase of it. But to be honest, that is not a huge consideration at the moment. If we'd had it for several days, I'd be more inclined to keep it and just let that slowly pay down. If we can use it for just a single day, we've spent £700 and that's it. So yeah, I think if we can return it today, that would be good, because otherwise it is going to just put a drain on our already stretched finances. Like the cultivator, this is running quite fast on this tractor. We're again doing 9 miles an hour on a slightly higher gear this time, but it's working really fast and really well. If we can get through this field fast enough, then as I said, we will get the cultivator done. Cultivating done on here today and return the cultivator. That would make a lot of sense, I think. And yeah, turning these two fields round, really useful. Catching the course plate green there just sent me slightly off course, but we're doing well. We are over halfway through this field. It is coming up to 3 p.m, so time is running away from us, and I thought that might happen. I thought we might end up getting this field mulched and then go, well, there's not really a lot of time to do stuff on this field and on field 4. So going, yeah, let's cultivate this today and let's seed stuff tomorrow seems to be the right way to go. Only a few more rows to go now, and it has gone very swimmingly. I mean, I've not had a huge amount extra to say here going across this field. This little mulcher has been really useful on our farm and is a little bit different to some of the other stuff we've had. And I think on this series I've really enjoyed having the smaller fields and playing around with a smaller farm setup like this. I do kind of wish that I'd had enough money to get a third tractor. I think we'd really benefit from that on here, or even just a small, in fact, yeah, I think a small skid steer or something like that would be really useful on here. There are skid steers. Yeah, we've got this. We've got the John Deere here for 15 grand, and we got the Massey for 25. I think we would actually benefit from having one of these on the farm. So I'll be keeping my eye out for that. Yeah, kids, a front loader attacher we can even get on it. So yeah, that would work really well. That little Massey with a front loader attacher. We wouldn't have to get rid of any of the front loader attachments we already have, so that would save us money. And we could just continue going as we are. So I think after harvest, maybe it's time to save up a bit of cash and get us one of those. That would make a lot of sense on here. And yeah, we could do that instead of getting a small tractor, which is going to cost a fair amount more to get and to get set up. And there we go. That is the end of this field. It's just come up to 4 o'clock. So if we're quick, we can turn this around and get the cultivator out here and get this field cultivated as well. Biggest problem with having parked this in this bush is I can't see exactly where the 3-point hookup is. And that's causing me issues at the moment. Let's try there. That looks about right. See? Yeah, there we go. Right, lift that up. And back to the field we go. And we were in 3rd gear last time. So we want to set ourselves down to that as we approach. Down there. Line ourselves up. Drop it down. And away we go with the cultivating. We'll get this field knocked out today. Trying to use the wheel on the left-hand side of this to keep everything nice and straight as much as possible. It seems to be working pretty well for the most part. We're getting a little bit of variance, but not much. And yeah, you can see there's a little bit of movement as we go across the field. But it's lining up pretty well and going at a decent speed. I have actually gone up to 4th gear simply because I discovered that we were redlining it in 3rd. So I want to avoid doing that. I also want to avoid doing that. So we don't want to have an area like that that's left undone halfway through the field. So overlapping a little bit more further down the field, that's fine. So long as we're not leaving bare patches that we know we won't be able to plant. Looking at the neatness of this, I'm wondering if the roller at the back of this piece of kit actually is preparing the ground as well, in the same way as our plow seems to do the same. So let's have a quick check on the map. And yeah, it's cultivated, it's not seed bed. Okay, so we get seed bed with our plow. We're not getting with this. We are just getting a cultivated setup, but that's all right. Having a seed bed doesn't seem to make a difference in FS22. There's a few items like that as FS22 comes to the end, I'm beginning to find have very little effect. One of those is, of course, seed bed. Having a seed bed makes no difference to your crops at all. Similarly, stones make next to no difference to your vehicles. You end up with just a little bit more paint left rather than a quicker deterioration. So there's little bits and pieces like that which overall you would expect to have some sort of effect on your machinery and your game, but in the grand scheme of things, when you look at it, they end up having little to no difference whatsoever. Dirt on your tractors as well similarly has no effect on the maintenance of your tractors, which would be nice. It would be good if the decisions that you make with some of your stuff had a bigger effect, I think. Will be nice to see if FS25 improves on that at all. Otherwise, I think maybe it's time to look at a mod that alters these things a little bit and just makes things have a bit more of an effect. We're going into the evening a little bit, but we are coming to the end of this field, and therefore the end of our use of this cultivator. It would be quite nice actually if the roller on the back of this did do something. That would be pretty cool, especially as it could then push any stones back into the ground, create a seed bed, and just be a really neat piece of kit for that. However, we have reached pretty much the end of this field. We've got one more row to do after this, and then we're going to head down to the shop, return the cultivator here, because we've done everything we need to do with it. It's no point in keeping it hanging around and costing us money if we don't need it to. So we've got this last little row here to finish off. We'll grab that, and then yeah, that is our fields done and dusted. There's a possibility I might be kicking myself in a couple of episodes time when I find out that actually the sunflowers don't need ploughing, but I'm fairly sure they're a crop that has to be ploughed afterwards, based on what we were doing on Purbeck. So there we are. Let's get the lights on our tractor. So turn those on, and we'll head down to the shop and return this, and that will finish off our day. Bring this back down. I'm guessing we're in the area side here. Let's just find out. Yes. Right, so we can return that. Wow, look at the paint condition. That's just from today's use. So we'll turn that. That's got a pretty quick paint condition loss. And then, yeah, we're going to head back to the farm because we are finished for the day. And as a result, all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.